Alright guys, so we're going into lesson plan number 3 now of module 5, and so the thing that we've been looking at from lesson plan number 1 to lesson plan number 2 to now lesson plan number 3 is lesson plan number 1, coach had a knee shield involved plus all of her frames. So she's got 3 frames in here, plus she was controlling my hip with her hook in. Lesson plan number 2 took us into a situation where now she had 2 frames in, I had beaten 2 of her frames, and it ended with me completely past her with my knees nice and high, and coach had 0 frames. Well, that leads us now into a different situation where we're in lesson plan number 3. Not only does coach have her good knee shield in here, but it's very, very strong. And it's strong because she's got a connection with her feet over here. And if she wanted to, she could really engage the hip, driving her shin into my hip, forcing me to respond. It makes it very uncomfortable and very difficult for the person to move forward. So this is the first thing we have to triage and get out of the way. So to do this, guys, I'm going to be grabbing her material, but how you grab is very important. I don't want to take any grip. The grip I actually want to take is the grip with my palm facing her face. The reason I do this, guys, is because now it's not an easy kind of rip off. If I were to turn my grip like this, coach can easily just bump my hand off, right? She can kick her leg away, all sorts of stuff. That all goes away the second I take this reverse grip. Now the problem is my arm is not going to be able to beat her leg. Her leg's too strong. So I place my hand on the ground. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shove my knee across. What that's going to do is that's going to keep coach from being able to pull that bottom leg out and now go into a full guard. Now I can address this elephant in the room, this top leg. I'm going to shoot forward towards the camera, guys. I'm going to land on my hand. As I do that, you're going to see this arm elongate. So as I shoot forward, boom. Now my arm is elongated. Now I have a really clean, strong structural frame. Now you can see as the angle changes that my leg that she has in between her legs, I can elongate it, drive the knee across, control the head, and now I'm controlling the hip. If you notice, I'm not trying to immediately come up here, right, and do this, because this is jiu-jitsu, not wrestling. And that takes her now into lesson plan number 2 where she could actually escape. I don't want to do that, so I'm controlling her hip back here because I know she needs her hips mobile to move forward. So one more time, we're set up right here. Coach has got a strong knee shield in, right? So now to beat it, I have to take that reverse grip. Hand goes onto the ground for balance. My outside knee comes in right to the hip to stop her ability from regaining full guard, closed guard. Now I shoot forward as I do. My right hand stretches out, the hand controlling her knee. My leg now that is caught between her 2 legs, I can elongate, drive the knee across, controlling the head, releasing the knee and dropping that elbow to the hip. Now, there will be some differences, guys, that I do want you to know. Coach and I are relatively the same length of body size. If your teammate is taller than you, that grip to control the head can sometimes feel a little bit odd. It can almost feel like your arm is in a little bit of trouble. You're not really in any trouble. However, if it makes you feel better, you can take the arm from this grip and reach underneath the arm and grab underneath. It really doesn't make that big of a difference, guys, but again, the better you get at jiu-jitsu, you don't want to feel uncomfortable in a position, and you certainly don't want to feel like you're about to get submitted. But trust me, it's not a big deal. Now we'll be looking at moving into the next variation once we flatten her out, how to get to a 3/4 mount position.